have my ankle weights on, in the interest of time, center of your mat, toes and knees facing forward, roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Zip up your pants, soften your knees. Weight is evenly distributed between your heels and the ball of your feet. Press the pads of your toes down. Here's 3, 2, keep those shoulder blades in your back pockets, tap through your heels. Just lift your heels and then tap them down. Let your arms swing, let those arms hang. Don't worry about your bum jiggling. Don't worry about that belly. Just try to loosen up. Good. 4, 3, 2, heels together, toes and knees turned out, arms in first position. Bend your knees and sink your hips. Zip up your pants, shoulders down, elbows high. Squeeze your bum up to rise. Here's 4, belly in. 3, chin off your chest. 2, keep your hips low, keep your knees bent, lift your heels. Up and down, rolling through the bottom of those feet, up onto those tippy toes, and then lower onto your heels. Squeeze your heels together. You have 4 left, 3 left, 2, keep your heels up and lifted, little pulse. Bend your knees, sink your hips, squeeze your bum, press your inner thighs to the back wall. Yes, you can. Big toes, pinky toes. Press down, lift up tall. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten your legs, reach your arms overhead, bring your kneecaps all the way up those thighs. Heels down, arms down. Step your feet out nice and wide. Bend your knees, sink your hips, and then draw your elbows back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together slightly. As you straighten your legs, fingertips tap right in front. Bend your knees, and then stand up tall. Good. As you do this, when you stand up, bring your kneecaps all the way up towards your hip flexors. Ignite your quads. Dig your heels down, and without moving your feet, energetically pull those heels in together. You'll feel that light up the inside, the outer thighs. Here's 3. Here's 2. Hold it low, little pulse. 8, 7. Scoop those elbows up and back. You have 4, 3. Releve, lift those heels up, down, up, down. 2 more this tempo. Catch that beat. Up, down, lift, lower. Here's 4, 3. Hold those heels up high. 4, 3, 2. Heels down, hands on your hips. Step tap. Side to side. Elbows up, elbows out. Torso rotation. Stand up tall on your spine. Push off those toes. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms up. Gaze towards your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more of those. That feels nice. Lift. Exhale. Heel toe your way to standing. Reach for your light weights. I've got double set of ankle weights, so I'm sticking with that. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back and across. Lower on to your back knee. This is a low curtsy lunge. Lift lift halfway up. Lower down 3 beats. 3, 2, lift halfway up. 3, 2, 1. Let's add a little bicep pulse. Press in. Bicep pulse. Good. Externally rotated. Hinging at the hips. Squeeze your biceps. Lift halfway up. Chest is proud. Squeeze your inner thighs towards your midline. You're never coming all the way up. Just halfway, then you lower, lower, lower. Beautiful. Lay down on your back. Weights are down, ankle weights are in. Option for your left foot to be underneath a block, or a block underneath your left foot. Lift your right leg, flex your foot, externally rotate. Drop that right leg down at a 45-degree angle, and then scoop that leg all the way up. External rotation, 45 degrees. Shoulders out of your ears. Your butt is off the mat. Pay attention to your left knee. Keep that knee in track, in line with your hip and ankle. Option drop onto your bum. Challenge, lift off your bum. Flex that foot. Bring those toes all the way back towards your shins. Dig that left heel down into the floor. Lift those hips, drop your bum, drop your knee. Roll up to a standing position. Toes and knees turned out, wide second position. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Lower your hands onto the floor. Good, take your right ankle and tap it behind your left ankle. Step, change sides. Step, ankle tap. Good, instead of an ankle tap, what if we shoot that left leg through, lift up with the right arm, come back into that wide second. Shoot through, come back into that wide second. If that's too much, these low ankle taps is where we live. Yeah, these ankle weights, man, do they add and pack a punch. Good, use your core. Scoop all the way through, step back out wide. Use your core. Belly in. Heel toe your way to standing. Shake it out. Feet are right underneath your hips. Take your right knee up over towards the left hip. Draw a big circle. Do that again, left side. Draw a big circle. Plant your feet. Plant your feet. Option here, add a squat. Roll your hip, squat. Use your core to lift those legs up and around. Big circle, right? Different than a high knee. Big circle, drop. Chest is proud, butt goes low. Stand up, press, squeeze, sit. Zip up your pants, relax your shoulders. Your gaze is forward. You are breathing. We're on our right forearm, right plank. Option, bottom leg is down. Option, it's up. Step your left foot in front of that right leg. Flex your right foot. Lift those hips, lift your foot. Step behind your leg. Up and back. Lift your hips every time your foot plants down. Heart and belly button laser forward, right? So we're not rolling and opening. We're staying square. Kneecap on that left side to the ceiling. Try not to get that right ear hugging your shoulder. Press it down. Space between that ear and shoulder. Lower down. How do we feel? Those are our fast 5. Those are our exercises. Left foot, step back and across with that right leg. Down 3, up 1, 3, 2, 1. Rowie, will you go get me some water? In the kitchen. Ask Nangi. I'm feeling it already. Down, 2, 3. Hinge at those hips. Down. Excuse me. Down, 2, 3. Halfway up. Lower. Plug that big toe into the mat. Inner thighs, pull in towards your midline. We are all fighting colds here. That cough. The cough that never goes away. Halfway lift. Hinge. 2, 3. Lift. Hand weights down. On your back. Supine. Single leg glute bridge. Right foot down, left leg high. Flex the foot externally. Rotate. It's the outside of the leg. The outside of the foot that drops down. And then the inside of the leg. The arch of the foot that pulls up. Your right hip is off the ground. Pull your belly in. Dig your heel into the ground. Shoulders. Option, you know. You can lower down. It's a 45-degree angle. So we're not straight down. We're not all the way out to the side, right? It's just right beyond the edge corner of your mat. Walk your shoulders out of your ears. Belly in. Butt down, foot down. We're in that wide, low second position. Shooting through. Get that butt low. Get those hands on the ground. Ankle tap. Tap, step wide. Tap, step wide. If you're ready for those shoot-throughs, right foot threads underneath, and then you pick up that left hand. Then you come all the way back out wide. Left. All the way wide. When you shoot through, try to keep your tail lifted. If you gotta lower down, right? If you gotta take that little break, that little recovery, get right back up. Push it open. Weight is in your heels. Even though you're low to the ground, your chest is still proud. It's reaching to the front of the room. Good. Last round, we did hip circles. This round, we're doing it in the shoulders. Up and back. Rotate. Thank you, baby. I needed that. Thank you. Once you've mastered that rotation, look back, squat as you bring your arm forward. Look back, squat low. Look back, squat low. Knees in line with hips and ankles. Rotating through the shoulder and through the torso, not the knees and the hips. So back, squat center. Get low. I want that bum close to your heels, right? So it's not a half squat. We are getting low, even if you have to slow your tempo down. Well done. Left forearm, left side plank. Forearm down. Get that shoulder out of your ear. Maybe your bottom knee is down. Bend your top knee. Step in front of your leg. Step behind, right? So a modification does not make it easier. It makes the movement, the muscle activation, more achievable. So don't feel like you can't scale back. Master your form and alignment, and then try to increase, but you'll never be doing less by modifying. You're working smarter. You're changing and training your body to do things with proper form and alignment. So then one day you're gonna pop up onto that foot. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can do this, right? Drop down, grab those weights as you stand up. Right foot in front, step left foot back and across. Yeah, get low, hinge at your hips. Lift halfway up, pulse 3, 2, 1, halfway, 3, 2, 1. If I had a pull from your tail to the crown of the head, your spine is in a straight line. So even though you're hinged, your spine is still nice and long, nice and happy. Belly in, belly in. Squeeze those palms, press them in towards your shoulders, push knuckles away. Good. Push into that ball of the foot back there. Lift your back heel. Glute bridge. Single leg glute bridge. And we're dropping that right leg down at a 45-degree angle. We're gonna mess around with the tempo. Hips up, external rotation, down 2, up 2. Ground that left heel. Left kneecap shines towards your ceiling. Inner thigh pulls in towards your midline. Drop that pinky toe out, lift with the inner thigh and arch. Guess what? You can do this without any weights. You don't have to have ankle weights around for this to hurt, right?
Zip up your pants, use your core. Belly button to spine. The whole time, shoulders out of your ears. Neck is long. Drive down, lift hips. Left glute is on fire. Core is on fire. Inner thigh, outer thigh on that right leg. Holy smokes. Lower down. Holy smokes. We got that wide second position. Toes and knees are turned out.
This is how low we are. It is not a forward fold, right? We are low, ankle tap. Good. When you tap your ankles, keep your knees turned out. You'll feel that in your core. You'll feel that in those inner and outer thighs. And if you're ready for that shoot through, make it happen. Lift that hand up. Shoot that leg through. Chest is proud. Even though we're low, chest is lifted, right? I have not surrendered. My movement is intentional. My core is engaged. Press those palms into the floor. Press those kneecaps towards your pinky toes. Pull your belly in. Chest up. Saved by the bell on that one. Don't mess with the timer. You can watch it. Hip rolls with that big deep squat. There's our timer. Roll, sink, stand. Roll, up and around. Belly in. Anytime your arms or legs cross your midline, you're activating that core, right? Even more with ankle weights. Up and around, sit down. Chest is proud. Good. Drop that tail. Weight is in the heels, but use the ball of your feet and the pads of your toes for that balance, right? You don't have to have all the weight in your heels, but sit back there a little bit, hinging at the hips. You will work the hamstrings and the glutes even more. We are on our right forearm. This time, get one or two of your hand weights in that left hand. Left arm up. Step forward, step behind. Lift up and over. Great job. Can you come up front and show everybody? Oh, you don't have to, but that was awesome. Up and around. You don't want to. That's okay. I'm happy you're doing it with me. It's tricky. Hips high. Bottom hip. Pull away from your mat. Shoulders down. Shoulders stacked on top of one another. Forearm parallel to the top edge of your mat. Whoo! We got less than 10 seconds. It's hard, huh? Up and over. Heart and belly button, face the front of the room. I'm glad we only have one more of those. Yes. Once it beeps, that means we get to take a break. Last round. Step forward. Right foot back and across. Get low. Little bicep curl. Halfway up. 3 beats down. 3, 2, 1. Press and drive. Pay attention to that left big toe. Push it into the floor. Don't let it lift. Don't roll onto the pinky edge side. Press that toe down. Good, you're hinged, but pull your belly and rib cage off that front thigh. Always, all the ways, all the way. Half up. 3, 2, 1. Press and lift. 3, 2, 1. Bicep curl. Flex those muscles. Open halfway. Flex those muscles. Well done. Weights away. You can always use this block in a glute bridge, and you would put it on this round underneath your right foot. Hips high, foot flex, external rotation. Down for 2, and up for 2. Down for 2. Good. Use your arms, use your shoulders to stabilize, right?
For me on this side, 2 beats down, 2 beats up feels a little quick. So I'm gonna slow it down so I can really master my form. So I can feel every inch light up. Giving myself a chance to make that mind-body connection. Oftentimes when we try to slam an exercise in, our brain is like, what is your body doing? Slowing it down helps that connection happen. All right, we're moving that block. Feet are wide. We have that wide second position. Yep, hands down. Ankle taps is always your option. Shoot through is your challenge. Pull your belly in, lift your chest, and then lift that leg up and back. You are working your core. You are working your hip flexors. You're working your shoulders, your chest, your upper back. Holy smokes, we're in a deep squat. Quads, glutes, hamstrings. This is a total body move. And you're doing it, and you're like, yeah, I know. I feel it. And then you can practice making things happen a little bit faster. Good. We're rotating through the shoulders. When that hand comes back, we squat low. Send it back. Drive those heels down. Send it back. Good. When you squat, knees in line with your hips, not knock-kneed. Let's go. Back, squat, back, squat. We're moving a little bit faster. Squeeze your butt cheeks at the top. Squeeze your bum. Squeeze your bum. Weight is in those heels. Press the pads of those toes, the ball of the foot down. You're almost there. Less than 10 seconds to go. Keep those arms out. Pull those hands away from your chest. Sit down lower. Shoulders out of your ears. Hi, hi, hi. Left forearm, left side body. Grab those weights. They're in your right hand. This is the one that you know how to do. Here you go. Step in front. Step behind. Step in front. Yep. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Look at how my bum's off the ground. Up and over. Up and back. You like that bracelet? That's a heavy bracelet. These ankle weights, these wrist weights are cute till you put them on, and then you realize you die a slow death with 1 pound weights. Are we breathing? No, you're not breathing? Whoo! Drop to your hip. Lower that weight down. Grab yourself a drink. Yep. So now we're going to do a little bit of mat work. Then we're going to cool it down. And we're going to get out of here. Yeah, you can do it with me. Here we go. On our hands and knees. Drop to your forearms. Hands and knees. Drop to your forearms. Hug your elbows and biceps in towards your midline. Lift your right knee and heel up. 90-degree bend. Don't fall into that left hip. Press that hip up. Tap your right knee. Lift your right heel. Tap, lift. I want you to lift so high that you feel that extra little cinch and pinch in your glute. So it's not just a little bit. All the way, drive that heel stamped to the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, yes you can. 5, your hips are square. 4, 3, 2, pull your chest away from the mat. Hold that up at the top. Lift, drive, pulse that heel. Lift, drive. Forearms are parallel. Press your forearms, press your hands into the mat. Lift your chest. 8, 7, 6. Get ready to point your toe. 4,
3, hold that knee up, point your toe. Keep it this high. Just an external rotation, kneecap turns out to the right, and then those big toes point and lift to the ceiling. Open, 2, square it for 2. Open, belly button, heart, shine to the mat. Ooh-wee, open. Zip up your pants, reach your heart beyond your fingertips. Squeeze, drive, tempo. 8, 7, 6, yes you can. 5, we've got our counter. 4, 3, 2, hold that kneecap turned out. Hold it turned out. Drop your ankles, tap your ankles together, and then lift that knee, external rotation. Lower, passe, lift, attitude, arabesque. Lower, passe, lift. You have to be respectful with your voice, okay? Up, 2, down, 2. Kids, man. Kids, man, I love that you're here. Thanks for joining us. Single tempo, up and down, lift, lower. Here's 8, 7, keep that hip open. 6, kneecap shines to the right. 5, 4, left side, why is it hurting? 3, stabilize. 2, hold it at the top. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, we're not done yet. 4, 3, 2, rainbows. Extend that right leg. Cross it beyond the left edge of your mat. Rainbow it all the way up to the outside of your right hip. Yes, you can. Up and around, up and to the side. Up and around, up and to the side. We have 4 left. Ooh, 3 left. 2. Last one. And then bring that leg up and over to the left. One final time, leg lift. Up, down, lift, lower. 4, 3, squeeze your bum. 2, hold it up there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee underneath your hip. Rock side to side. We got the other side. Forearms parallel, palms down, toes curled. You can absolutely point your right toe if you would like to. Bend your left knee, flex your left foot. Drive that left heel to the ceiling. Square your hips, belly and chest proud. Knee tap, heel drives. Knee tap, heel drive. This side is going to burn because it has been working so hard to stay still that we are already fatigued on this left side. 6, 5, 4, we're pulsing. In 3, we're pulsing. In 2, hold it up there. Pulse, little lift, little pulse. Bend your knee, bring your heel to your bum. Here's 8, 7, pointing our toes. In 4, 3, 2, 1, point your toe. Externally rotate from the hip. Bring that kneecap out to the left back wall of your room. Square, open, square. Lift the outer thigh, lift those toes to the ceiling. Outer thigh to the ceiling, toes to the ceiling, single tempo. 8, 6, look forward. 5, keep it up. 4, yes you can. 3, 2, hold that hip open. Lower ankle tap, attitude passe. Good. So if we were doing this standing, attitude, passe. Passe. Attitude, single tempo. In, out and up. In, out and up. Here's 6. Lift. Here's 5. 4. 3. Hold it up and pulse. Hip is open, thigh is back. 4, 3, rainbows. Extend that left leg, cross that leg. Toe taps beyond the right edge of your mat. Up and over, all the way
for those toes to get outside of that left hip. Up and around. You can. Yes, you can. 3, 2. My legs are led. Last one. And then you're going to bring those left toes all the way back to the right edge of the mat. Leg lift. Up, down. 4, look forward. 3, squeeze your upper inner thighs together. 2, hold. Hold, 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 hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee underneath your hip. Extend your arms. Send your bum back towards your heels. Sink your chest towards the mat. Inchworm those fingertips. Stretch nice and long. Bring your forehead to the mat. Option, bring your chin to the mat. Come into your tabletop position. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Stay on your left knee or come off of that left leg. Bring your right knee, pull it in towards your right shoulder. Lift that right arm up, peel your chest open. I'm almost done, you need to wait. Thank you. He's telling us that the timer's off. The timer's done. Hold open. Good, lower your right hand, step back into a plank. Step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Drive that knee, pull it in towards your shoulder. You're on your back knee or on those toes. Peel open. Lower that hand. Keep that right hip heavy, settling towards the mat. Belly in. This next one, hold open. Lower that right hand, step back into your plank. Bend your knees, send your armpits towards your thighs, tilt your tail to the sky, your knees are bent, piston. Now straighten your legs, downward facing dog, heels towards the ground. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Cradle your elbows. Head is heavy. No wrinkles in the back of the neck. Ditch those ankle weights. Heel toe your way out so your feet are slightly wider than your hips. Release your elbows and then sway your elephant trunk side to side. Keep your sway as you roll all the way up to a standing position. Center of your mat. Heels come together. Toes and knees turn out. Clasp your hands behind your back. Right where your thumb hits your tail, bring your tail towards your heels. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Squeeze your elbows together while driving your tail down. Good, now lengthen your arms, knuckles to the floor. Belly in. Stack ears, shoulders, hips. Keep your posture. Release your grip. Curtsy down to one side. Fitmas day 1 is complete. Bar athlete, that's an interval format. So we do 45 seconds on and that 15-second transition. You need tissue? Thank you for joining me on a Monday during the holiday season.